Shivnarine Chanderpaul, the unorthodox genius of West Indies cricket. Shivnarine Chanderpaul is a former West Indies cricketer and captain, who is widely regarded as one of the greatest batsmen of his era. He is the 10th highest run scorer of all time in international cricket and the 8th highest in Test cricket. He is known for his unique and crab-like batting stance, his soft hands, his canny deflections, and his whiplash pull shot. He played for West Indies from 1994 to 2015, scoring over 20,000 runs in all formats of the game. He was named as one of the 5 Cricketers of the Year by the Wisden Cricketers Almanac in 2008 and awarded the Sir Garfield Sobers Trophy, ICC Cricketer of the Year, by the International Cricket Council in the same year. He is currently serving as the head coach of the USA Senior Women's and the USA Under-19 Women's teams. Early life and career. Shivnarine Chanderpaul was born on 16 August 1974 in Unity Village, East Coast, Demerara, Ghana. He is the eldest of 3 children of Khemraj Chanderpaul and Uma Chanderpaul. His father was a fisherman and a cricket enthusiast, who taught him the basics of the game. Chanderpaul started playing cricket at the age of 4 and soon showed his talent and passion for the sport. He attended the Everest Cricket Club in Georgetown, where he received coaching from former West Indies players. He made his first-class debut for Ghana at the age of 17, scoring 90 against Leeward Islands. He was selected for the West Indies Under-19 team that toured England in 1993, where he impressed with his technique and temperament. He made his international debut for the West Indies senior team in 1994, at the age of 19, against England in a test match in Georgetown. He scored 62 in his first innings and became the youngest West Indian to score a Test 50. Rise to fame. Chanderpaul established himself as a regular member of the West Indies team in the mid-1990s, playing alongside legends like Brian Lara, Curtly Ambrose, and Courtney Walsh. He was a versatile batsman who could bat at any position in the order and adapt to different situations and conditions. He was also a useful bowler who could bowl leg spin and medium pace. He scored his maiden Test century against India in 1997 and followed it up with another 100 against England in 1998. He was part of the West Indies team that won the 1998 Wills International Cup, later known as the ICC Knockout Trophy, in Bangladesh, where he scored 74 in the final against South Africa. He also played in the 1996, 1999, and 2003 World Cups, but could not help his team reach the semi-finals. Peak performance. Chanderpaul reached the peak of his career in the early 2000s when he became one of the most consistent and prolific batsmen in world cricket. He overcame a foot injury that had plagued him for years and improved his conversion rate of 50s to 100s. He scored 3 centuries in 4 tests against India in 2001-2 and 2 more against Australia in 2002-3, including a match-winning 104 in the famous Antigua Test, where West Indies chased down a world record 418 runs for victory. He also scored his highest Test score of 203 not out against South Africa in 2005, and became the first West Indian to carry his bat through a completed innings. He was named as the captain of the West Indies team in 2005, after Lara resigned from the post. He led his team in 14 tests and 16 ODIs, but had a mixed record as a leader. He resigned from the captaincy in 2006, after a dispute with the West Indies Cricket Board over contracts. Legendary status. Chanderpaul continued to perform at a high level in the late 2000s and early 2010s despite the decline of West Indies cricket. He was the mainstay of the West Indies batting lineup and often carried the burden of the team's scoring. He was the only West Indian to score over 1,000 runs in a calendar year 4 times: 2002, 2007, 2008, and 2012. He was also the only West Indian to score over 1,000 runs in both Tests and ODIs in the same year twice: 2007 and 2008. He was part of the West Indies team that won the 2004 ICC Champions Trophy in England, where he scored 47 in the final against England. He also played in the 2007 and 2011 World Cups, but could not repeat the success of 1998. He became the second West Indian, after Lara, to score 10,000 Test runs in 2011, and the seventh batsman in history to achieve the feat. He also became the most capped West Indian in Tests, surpassing Walsh's record of 132 matches in 2013. He was ranked as the number 1 batsman in the ICC Test rankings in 2008 and remained in the top 10 for most of his career. Final years and retirement. Chanderpaul's form and fitness began to decline in the mid-2010s as he entered his 40s. He struggled to score runs against the top teams and was dropped from the West Indies squad in 2015 after a poor series against England. He was not given a farewell match and announced his retirement from international cricket in 2016 at the age of 41. He ended his career with 11,867 runs in 164 tests, at an average of 51.37, with 30 centuries and 66 50s. He also scored 8,778 runs in 268 ODIs, at an average of 41.60, with 11 centuries and 59 50s. He played only 22 T20s, scoring 343 runs, at an average of 20.17, with no centuries and 2 50s. He is the 6th highest run scorer in Test history, and the 10th highest in ODI history. He holds the record for the most consecutive Test matches without being dismissed for a duck, 86, and the most not-outs in Tests, 49. He also holds the record for the longest Test innings by a West Indian, 675 minutes, against India in 2002. Style and technique. Chanderpaul's batting style and technique were unconventional and unorthodox, but highly effective and successful. He had a crab-like stance, where he faced the bowler almost sideways, with his front foot pointing towards cover and his back foot towards square leg. He also had a low backlift and a minimal follow-through. He relied on his excellent hand-eye coordination, his quick reflexes, and his soft hands to play the ball late and with a gentle touch. He was a master of deflection and placement, and used the angles of the bat and the gaps in the field to score runs. He was especially strong on the leg side, and had a trademark pull shot that he played with a whip-like action. He was also adept at playing spin, and used his feet and wrists to manipulate the ball. He was a patient and resilient batsman, who could bat for long periods of time and grind down the opposition. He was also a versatile and adaptable batsman, who could bat at any position in the order and change his tempo according to the situation. He was a team player, who often batted with the tail and helped his team to salvage draws or chase down targets. Achievements and awards. He is the 10th highest run scorer of all time in international cricket, with 20,988 runs in 454 matches, at an average of 45.72, with 41 centuries and 127 50s. He is the 8th highest run scorer of all time in Test cricket, with 11,867 runs in 164 matches, at an average of 51.37, with 30 centuries and 66 50s. He is the 10th highest run scorer of all time in ODI cricket, with 8,778 runs in 268 matches, at an average of 41.60, with 11 centuries and 59 50s. He is the most capped West Indian in Test cricket, with 164 matches, and the third most capped in ODI cricket, with 268 matches. He is the only West Indian to score over 1,000 runs in a calendar year 4 times in Test cricket, and twice in both Test and ODI cricket. He is the only West Indian to score over 10,000 runs in both Test and ODI cricket. He is the only West Indian to carry his bat through a completed innings in Test cricket, scoring 203 not out against South Africa in 2005. He is the only West Indian to score a double century and a century in the same Test match, scoring 203 not out and 108 against South Africa in 2005. Conclusion. Shivnarine Chanderpaul is a legend of West Indies cricket, who has left an indelible mark on the history of the game. He is a batsman of rare skill, courage, and endurance, who has defied the odds and the critics with his unorthodox style and technique. He is a role model for aspiring cricketers, who has shown that success can be achieved with hard work, dedication, and passion. He is a humble and respectful person, who has always played the game with dignity and grace. He is a true champion, who has given his best for his team and his country. He is one of the greatest cricketers of all time, and a proud son of Guyana and the Caribbean. He is Shivnarine Chanderpaul, the unorthodox genius of West Indies cricket. Dear viewers, we have tried our best to provide you an informative video. Please comment that how did you find this video, because your comments and opinion are very important to us. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel and give a thumb up so that you may be updated for our every effort regarding upcoming video. Take care of your good self.